Alright, there we are, and the next thing we're going to do is to try and list the people that we're going to list two categories of people. First of all, the people that most likely matched to this job position. Okay, so when I create a job position or job post like this or job listing, I should be able to see people that are most likely match the skill level and the job listing. And also, apart from, the only person that should say this is the person that created this job post and the admin. Apart from these two categories of people, any other person looking at this job post will just be able to see a button to apply for this job post. For us to be able to do that, we need to fix two things first. First of all, we need to make sure that this job post has states and countries, so we can know people, the location, because mostly some people will just want people that are in the same location with them to apply for the job. So we'll go to a database, modify the skills table, and add the states and the country ID, because we already have it. So if we check just to confirm, we have states and we have countries. So we're just going to add it in posts. So every post will optionally have a state and country ID. So at the bottom here, we will just add 2. This is 2, and then there is a probably at the bottom skill level. So we'll just add state and country, and right there we have state ID and we have country ID, and both of them we have 11, and they can be null. Yes, they can be null because what if it's a remote job and the person doesn't really care where the professional is staying? So we just click save, and that's it. So which means we have to go to our model. Inside our code, we have to go to our model and work out some things. So if we go to our model and controllers, we have model. So inside the model of country ID, a country has many posts, of course, but that's not the main thing. A post belongs to a state and a country. So we just duplicate this and we just say state belongs to a state and a country. Alright, so we'll do the same thing for a country has many posts. So if somebody is looking at a country, they will simply be able to see all the posts under that country. So we just say posts. A country has many posts, so we just do a post. So now that is sorted out, we'll do the same thing for a state. A state has many posts, so that if somebody clicks a state any day, we can be able to pull out all the posts that are under that state, so people can see job listings under a certain state. Alright, so this sorts our problem. And then the next thing we're gonna do is to make sure that we just in the form, in the add and edit form, we should add country and state ID. So if we come to posts, we can see the add form, and then the add form, we just find somewhere and insert country ID. I'll probably choose where there is already a drop down. So here we'll just duplicate this drop down into 2 places, one for country and one for state. So we're gonna call this state, and we're gonna call this country. Okay, state. Okay, then we're gonna call this is going to be a for loop that will loop through the states. So first of all, let us check through the states. So we'll just do something like this, and we've not declared this variable in the controller, which we will do briefly. So I'll do the same thing for countries before we go back to our controller and declare it. So what this is supposed to do is just to loop through the states and give us a list of states. Okay, and the first thing we're going to do is to make sure that the first state, what if the person doesn't want to add a state? So we should make sure that the first item on the list is not a state. So the first item on the list will be select state. Select state. That's the first item the users will see, so that if they don't want to select a state, they can afford not to. So we can just leave this empty. Alright, no value, just select state. Then underneath, once the person clicks the drop down, they will see list of states. So we're gonna do a state ID here. That's the name of the field. And what else? Okay, this is going to be a state ID, and this other is going to be a state ID, and this other guy is state ID. So this sorts our problem out. So we will do the same thing for our country, and I'll use my good old trick. In the trick, we'll just click Ctrl V, and in the Ctrl V, what we'll just do is to make sure that every occurrence of state is changed to country. So we'll just do state, every occurrence of state. So we'll do Ctrl H on your keyboard, and then we'll change it to country, and then we'll look for the place where it's gonna try and put a plural for us, as you can see here, country. So with this, now this is sorted out. We're not gonna save, we'll just Ctrl A. So I'm going to change this, select country. Alright, so we will we'll just change this to states. Control. I've copied it. Get back to this place. Right under states, we have country. Alright, so I want this to be directly above it. I want the address to be there. So we look for the address. The address after company name, company, whatever, we need to have the address. So let's copy the state and the country and put it right below the company address. So I'm just going to highlight the two buttons, and this is cool, and we so the two form elements, look for the country name, country address. So right under the country address, we will add it. So we'll do the same thing for the edit method. So we'll simply go to the edit method, and then at the bottom we'll add these two, and when we add it, remember we have to put the value. So the value will be the old value. Alright, so the value is gonna be so right here, the value is going to be this guy here, post location state ID. That is the value, because this is the edit, and then we're going to have to print the name too. So it's post.state.name, because we've already set up the relationship in the database. We'll do the same thing with the country, where we have the value will become the country ID. I hope by this time you already understand why we're doing this. We're doing it so that when the person is editing, they already see the previous value they entered before, and then they can then choose to edit it. So we have country.name. We've already made the database relationships in the model. Now in the next video, we will go to the controller and actually put the list. As you can see, this is using a for loop to put the list of countries which we have not actually created in our database. So we will do that in the next video. So see you in the next video.